Yeah, we have taken a single view application. In today's session, we see the basic auto layout constraints and how to use the UI table view. That UI table view is a collection of table view cells, a collection of rows, we can say. If you want to display list of items in table in a row fashion, in a list actually, you can go for UI table view. UI table view is a class which internally capable of holding multiple UI table view cells. Each cell is represented as each basically it contains rows. Each row is represented by using UI table view cell. Let me drag and drop one UI table view. This is the UI table view object. And the table view can hold UI table view cell. This is actually a row. You can have multiple rows. You can have a number of rows. We see how exactly to create. The purpose of table view here is I want to show the list of student information. Student list I want to display. Student and student contains name, let address, profile pic. Yeah, I want to display this information, 3 different properties. The view controller is going to have a property that is let students of the students array. And by default it is empty. We have seen 3 different kinds of controls. One is passive component, which is label. Second one is active component, which contains an action. Third one is active component, which is controlled by some lifecycle methods, such as UI table view. The table view comes under UI text field category. UI text field category in the sense, table view is controlled by some other object that is called delegate. UI text field was controlled by some other object. We have taken view controller as the delegate. Similarly, for the table view, we can specify that table view, your lifecycle methods are implemented by so-and-so person. In our case, the so-and-so person is view controller. We have not specified that yet. Let's specify that. I don't want these many cells. Just remove, use only one. This is the table view. Go to connection inspector and select the data source and select the delegate. You can also set like this. These two are the 2 different protocols. The table view lifecycle methods are segregated into 2 protocols, divided into 2 protocols. One protocol is UI table view delegate. Second protocol is UI table view data source. Those 2 protocol methods are implemented by view controller. That is what we are specifying here. View controller, your lifecycle methods are implemented in view controller. This is what we are telling. This is what we did for the text field as well. But I don't want to set data source and delegate through storyboard. This is one way we can also set and use it. I want to show you the different way. I will show you that. Let me create an outlet for UI table view. Outlet with where students list view. It is UI table view. You can use the assistant editor and drag and drop. Then also you will get the same kind of declaration. And in view load, I am specifying students list view controller that delegate students list view dot delegate. Who is the delegate? Self. Self means this view controller is the responsible person for implementing the delegate and data source methods. Data source is also self. Self means this current class. Here we have, if you see here, we have specified data source and delegate. It is giving error, saying that you said you are the responsible person for handling for implementing the UATW delegate and UATW data source methods, but we have not implemented them. It is the image next image. You have not implemented them. That is the error here. Cannot assign a value of type view controller to type UATW delegate. Cannot assign a value of type view controller to type UATW data source. You are specifying. We have specified a table view. You are controlled by view controller. Table view. Your data source methods are implemented by view controller, that is self. But we have actually not implemented. That is the issue here. Then I want to implement the protocol methods. How we did, we are doing the same thing. However, we have done for the UA text field. Here table view delegate UA table view data source. And adopting the protocols. When you adopt the protocols, there are some set of rules when you adopt. If the protocol contains required methods, you must implement them. If the protocol contains optional methods, you can ignore them. That is the fundamental of the protocol. Let's run it and see. It is giving error, saying that you declared and said that the protocol methods, you are adopting this protocol, but you have not implemented the required methods. When you click here and click on fix it, these are the two required methods we have in the UA table delegate. To use the table view to display the content in the table view, the table view protocol has two required methods to display the content on the table view. You need to have number of rows. How many number of rows we need? Without number of rows, you cannot create the table. That is the reason they made this method as a required method. Also, when you specify the number of rows equal to so and so, you also give the content for those rows. These are the two methods which are required, which tells to the system, which tells to the table view. I need this many number of rows, and the table view take the information for the each row. Each row is represented by UA table view cell, right? UA table view cell. What we need to do here? We have to. This is the return type. We have to give table view cells here. We have to give number of students here. Here I need to return. I am saying 0 for now, or else we are having students array, right? Take students array. Students array has a property called count. This array is gone. Now, second thing what we need to do, we need to return one table view cell. Okay. Let me create one table view cell. Let student cell equal to get table view cell. I'm using its style. The style is subtitle and reuse identifier. I'll tell you why we are using reuse identifier. This is, I'm creating new table with cell here and returning that cell. Returning the student cell. Student cell is now your table cell only. Okay, I'm returning. See the errors here. Control B, command B. There are no errors because whatever it is asked, we are preparing the same and returning. Whatever it is asked here, we are preparing the same and returning. There is no error here. Let's done it. The one advantage of setting the delegate and data source programmatically is if you have set a data source and delegate through programmatically, and if you don't implement these methods, it is returning error, it is giving error. If you do the same thing in storyboard, it does not alert you. That is the advantage of specifying the data source and delegate through programming, through code. Here, the issue is what is the, see the errors. Fatal error unexpectedly found nil while unwrapping the optional. This is optional, force unwrap optional. Okay, I am trying to access it, but it is not available. Why it is not available? There is a circle, there is no dot inside, means it is not connected actually. Let's go and connect. Select view controller, students list view. Even this is not required for now. The table itself I am removing. This is my plain table view here for now. Yeah, plain table view is displayed because we specified students are at count. It is 0 right now. Now let me fill the data. Let me add a method. Add student is my method. I can directly create the student objects here to make it somewhat better structure. I'm just using this, and students append new student. Here I am creating the I'm calling add student. Student, it is asking name. Student, it is asking for name. I'm giving Aruna, something Bangalore. UI image view. Here I need image view. Let me create UI image view. Image view, it asking for name. Let me take one image here and do that. Similarly, that is missing. Basically, these are not structured properly. What we do is select this or select double click on the method starting curly braces, control I. Control I means indent. It actually structures properly. I'm reselecting the complete method, control I. Okay. The error what we are getting here is we are creating a image view by passing string. Thus, if the image is not available with the string, it gives you the nil. That is the reason it is giving error. What we do is we just put optional. So all these errors are gone now. Control B. Yeah, what is the method? Cannot use mutating number on immutable value. Students is a let constant. Make it var. Right. Everything is perfect. Now, what we need to do here, the students count we are getting 4, but here we are getting 4 cells, but we are not setting the information. We are not injecting the information. If you see, I will show you. Returning cell for row, the row count is index path dot row. Where is that index path? The input argument. I am making use of input arguments. run it. There are 4 students. See, this method we got called for 4 times. As we are getting empty cell, fresh shell, no data is being displayed here. Let's set some information for the cells. I have created 4 students and I'm setting the delegate methods so that now it will be, these methods will be called. Here I am returning number 4, like students.count. If the students are more, it will automatically be gets calculated and that will be returned, and those many number of students will be displayed. This is your table select. Go inside and see what are the different properties it has. The useful properties are image view. You can set the image. Text label. You can access that and get access that and set the value. Image view you can access that, but if not, set the value. Image view you can set inside the image view. You can set the image. You can set detailed text label. These are the 3 different properties which we use, and background view sometimes. Use identifier, cell selection style is selected, is highlighted. We'll see what are the required things here. Access type we use very rarely. Let's see. This is student select. Here we are getting index path as one input argument. What it says that row number, actually it says the row number. Go inside and see what exactly it has. It contains a row and section. It contains index, row and section. Maybe on its super class it has. Let's incredible hashable. I'll show you. This is index path object, right? What we are displaying? Index path dot row we are displaying. Row what is it displaying? It is displaying 0, 1, 2, 3. Actually, it is index path. Index path on top of extension. We have select a section and a row. I'll also print the section and show you. Index path section. By default, the table contains one section. The index of that section is 0. See, there is only one section, and first section has 4 rows. Now, what I need to do, we are getting here, if you see, we are getting 0, 1, 2, 3. The array objects can be accessed by using index, right? The index of this is 0, the index of this is 1, 2, 3. We are getting the same values here. So I can make use of this and fetch the element from the array. Let a student equal to students half by using subscript index path dot row. This is the row, right? When it is first time called, I want to access the first student. When it is called second time, I want to access the second student, third student, fourth student. So we're getting students 1, 2, 3, 4 students. Now we're having student cell, right? Student cell dot text label is one label property which we have seen. Text is a property. A student dot name I am setting student cell dot detailed text label is another property which we have. So that dot address and student cell dot image view is one property, but image is another property. We are having a student dot profile pic. Build it and see. Image view is an optional property in a table view cell. You can go here and see that whether it is optional or not. This is how we are taking the first element of the students array and setting that value. When this method gets called for second time, second means first index. First index means second student, taking the second student and accessing those values and setting it. Now run it and see. Aruna, Bangalore, Sailaja, Mumbai, Karthika, Chennai, DND, Hyderabad. The names. Basically, we are displaying the content. We are displaying the content. Here, the problem is by default, I don't want to show the second label. You can still use it. That is the detailed text label. You can hide it. What we are doing, this method is getting called for 4 times, and we are creating 4 table cells. Assume that if you don't want any subtitle, you can directly use the text label. If you want to use the content in 2 lines, then you can go for detailed text label. If you want to display the image, okay, you can use the image view. As we do not have the image view, as we do not have any profile pic here, okay, nothing is displayed. Let me add a profile pic as well. Then I'll show you the actual problem. Assets. Let me check if I have any profile pic. Let me take this is the page. Assume that this is the profile pic. Let's go here. Now it has a profile pic. Since it is having profile pic, the profile pic we are setting here, that should be displayed on the table cell. Displayed, right? If it has image, that will be the space will be occupied. Otherwise, the title and subtitle comes towards left. Okay, if you do not set the profile pic here, the titles will be moved towards left. Okay, and now the problem, we'll see what is the problem. Problem here is, let's say I'm having 100 students here. What we are doing inside table view, we are creating 100 table cells. This is Inslayer, right? We are creating 100 table cells. Assume that if there are 1,000 students, what you do? You create 1,000 table cells. That is not the right approach. And one more thing is, when you scroll up and down, now it is displayed, right? When you scroll up and down, what is happening? Again the cell forward and export method is getting called. If you are having 1,000 cells and if you scroll up and down, almost there will be 2 or 3,000 cells will be created. Means unnecessarily we are piling up the memory. Unnecessarily, we are allocating the memory. Means it is a heavy burden to the table view. If you keep allocating the memory, the RAM will be out of space and the application gets crashed at some point of time. So we need to find out a solution saying that I don't want to create 1,000 cells. I just want to create 4 or 5 cells or maximum 10 or 15 cells. I want to reuse them actually. I want to reuse the existing cells. Let's reuse. I'm just keeping the same method, commenting. Okay. The reuse can be done in 2 different ways. One is by using storyboard, we can do. Otherwise, you can also use the normal way. I'm using storyboard. Let me remove all this stuff. To use the storyboard, what we need to do is, instead of creating cell here, if you remember, here we have taken the outlet for the year table, but we have not allocated it anywhere because already we have allocated on the storyboard. We have taken the outlet for the label and text field. We have not allocated them anywhere. Similarly, I am going to have one cell here. I can start using that. Here table cell. Here table cell has a properties, right? Let's go and check the property. Style, right detail, left detail, sub detail. Now I see right detail. Okay. Title comes here, the title comes here. We have seen subtitle, right? This is subtitle. And we have right detail. And what else we have? Left detail. Left means these are coming next to next. I want right detail. Okay, this is the cell. What I do is I'll assign one identifier for this. This is the identifier. Whenever this method gets called, what I do is I will ask the table view. Let me remove everything to give you much clarity. Let student cell equal to. I am asking to the table view. Do you have any cell with so and so identifier? Table view DQ is with cell with identifier. The identifier name is student cell. Here I am asking if it has any free cell, it gives you, otherwise it won't give you. It creates and gives you. I'll also show you that. I'm using guard. If it has no cell, I'm returning empty cell. I'm creating new cell and returning that. If it has a cell, if it has a free cell, student cell dot. We are having all this stuff here, right? Let's make use of this stuff. Copy and paste. I'm taking the student, I'm setting the values. Same logic here. Run it. What is happening here is we are not creating any cells here. We're just asking to the table view, do you have any free cell? If it has a free cell, it gives you, otherwise it creates new cell and gives you. I'll show you this practically so that you'll get more clarity. Again, same thing happens here. What happens once these 4 cells are created, it will not create a 5th cell. It simply reuses that. Then you might ask that here you have, here also the output, here also same, and even in this method also same. Then how did you say that it is reusing? That might be your question. I'll clarify that as well. This is what happens actually when you use the DQ label cell with a particular identifier. Okay, it gives you the free cell if it has, otherwise it creates a new cell. When it gives free cell, now actually internally it created 4 cells only. Let me have a few more students. I'm having around 20-25 cells. there are many cells. Even if I scroll up and down, the method is getting called. If you see here, run it. It is displayed 18. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It created 18 cells actually. The method got called for 18, and every 18 times it is created, the cells are created. When you scroll up, what happens is one cell is getting hidden, right? One cell is getting hidden, and one cell is being displayed from the bottom. When you scroll up, what happens is whatever cells are being disappeared, those will be added, those will be reused, and content will be replaced from the bottom. This is what exactly happens when you use DQ erasable cell with identifier. If you do not use DQ erasable cell with identifier, there are 4 cells at the top which are hidden, and 4 more cells will be created. New cells will be created instead of reusing. This is what exactly internally happens. I will show you practically how many cells are getting created. We are having around 27 cells we are having. But how many cells will be created actually when you use DQ erasable cell with identifier is how many cells are visible here plus 3 or 4 extra. Even if you are having 1,000 students, it creates only 18 or 19 cells. When you scroll up, what happens? The cells which are getting hidden will be reused from the bottom. This is what exactly internally happens. I'll show you that practically in the coming session.